Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the newly released horror film Unfriended. I really wanted to get around to watching this movie either opening weekend or shortly in the week following its opening weekend, but I just couldn't find time for it. I thought the trailers looked pretty interesting, but I've heard really next to nothing about this film in the online movie community, particularly here on YouTube. So I'm not sure if Unfriended is doing well at the box office or not, or if people are avoiding it because it looks like just another teen-driven found footage type movie. But I walked into Unfriended with really no expectations, but just the hopes of a decent movie, and I walked out pretty pleasantly surprised. And Unfriended is about this group of friends who, 1 year ago to the day, their friend Laura Barnes committed suicide. She was the victim of cyberbullying. A very unbecoming video of her was posted on YouTube. It went viral. It was all over Facebook. It embarrassed her to no end in front of her family and her friends. Even some of her friends advised her to kill herself. So she indeed committed suicide. 1 year to the very day, those friends, they're having what appears to be a regularly scheduled Skype chat when they are visited by someone online claiming to be Laura, who knows all of their dirty little secrets, and things get out of hand. Things get very out of hand. It's the Skype chat from hell, more or less. So, I'll start with some of the things that I really liked about Unfriended. Right off the bat, the film had this air of authenticity. When you're watching a movie and there's characters using there's characters online and they're using search engines, they're never using Google or Yahoo. They're always using YouSearch. Or if they're on a social media site, it's not Facebook. It's like, you know, My Friend or something like that. Some hokey sort of rip-off, which I always assumed that they did that because of, you know, copyright issues or usage issues or something to that effect. The characters in Unfriended, they use Skype, they use Facebook, they use iTunes, they use Spotify, I believe one character does in the film. They use real-world applications, which right off the bat gave the film an authenticity for me. Also, the characters seemed really authentic. They looked like high school kids. They acted like high school kids. They talked like high school kids. Their dialogue seemed very just sort of off the cuff, you know, planning, you know, this weekend's festivities, etc., etc. It didn't seem to me like, you know, a 30-year-old guy writing what he thought 17-year-olds would say in conversation. It seemed more authentic to me. So right off the bat, I'm into the film. I really liked it. They started this early in the film when the, you know, this person who they think has hacked into Laura's account. They sort of put the idea out there that maybe it's really someone who's just hacked into Laura's account, that it's not a supernatural thing. They mentioned Laura's boyfriend early on in the film, so you think maybe it's Laura's boyfriend exacting revenge. Maybe it's one of the group themselves exacting revenge. Maybe it's a friend. And I don't think this is going to be a spoiler to anyone, but if you're against spoilers, fast forward like 7 seconds starting right now. It is a supernatural entity. So they create that, you know, maybe it's, you know, not, but then 20 minutes or so in, they're like, yeah, it's supernatural. It's all supernatural. But I thought that would have been cooler if they'd kind of drawn that out just a little bit more. I loved how the whoever or whatever Laura Barnes is, at least online, I love how it played head games with the characters. It sort of showed we're learning about the characters and the characters are learning about each other during the film. So the pacing is absolutely breakneck. There's you just dive right into the film, and we learn about the characters, and the characters learn about themselves during the movie, because the, you know, whatever this is that's playing with them is playing a really good mind game with them. It is a little psychological, which I enjoyed. And we learn a lot about the characters, and the characters learn a lot about each other. They sort of turn against each other. People's true colors come through. I really liked all that. I really dug all that. I liked how, much like It Follows, which was the last theatrical horror film I saw, it's not a scary movie. Unfriended isn't a scary movie. It's all about creating suspense and building off that suspense, tightening the screws, tension, tension, tension. And the film does a really good job of that, I think. There's no fake scares in the movie whatsoever. I don't remember one fake scare in this movie. I don't remember one boo scare in the movie. I don't remember one loud stinger on the soundtrack. So just that alone, I've got to give the movie makers behind Unfriended huge props for not going down that alley. So just on that basis alone, I will recommend Unfriended, just on that basis alone, that they did not resort to cheap fake scares. The proverbial cat flying through the window or jumping out of the closet and scaring people. Some things I thought were weird about Unfriended, some minor gripes, very minor gripes. And this is something I tell my girlfriend all the time when we're watching a horror movie. Check your brain at the door. How dare you bring common sense and rational thinking into a horror film? If characters in horror films had common sense and rational thought, the movies would end in 5 minutes. They'd realize, holy crap, we're in a horror movie. We're either going to call 911 and get the hell out of here. We're going to arm ourselves to the teeth. Or the movie would just be over in 5 minutes. So this is a minor gripe. This was also a gripe that I had with It Follows. And it could possibly be chalked up to, hey, just, leave your mind at the door. But several times while watching Unfriended, I almost said out loud in the theater, where the hell are these kids' parents? We're talking about like 17-year-old kids. In just a random middle of the week night, this is all happening at around like 9 o'clock at night. Where are their parents? They're screaming, they're crying out. Some of them are wandering around their houses in the dark, screaming and crying out. Where are their parents? Where are these kids' parents? If this was happening to me as a teenager, my mother would have burst into my bedroom, slammed the laptop closed, probably threw the laptop out the window and been like, what the hell is wrong with you? And it would have ended right then and there. But again, minor gripe. I could see, okay, one kid's parents, they're out to a dinner party or something. We're talking about like 6, 7 kids in this Skype chat. All of their parents, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. My other minor gripe is, what 17-year-old boy just randomly keeps a butcher knife in his bedroom? I don't know. I'll leave it at that, though. But it's just like, what are you doing with just a butcher knife in your bedroom, dude? What's going on there? Minor gripes. Yeah, I really liked Unfriended. Bottom line, I recommend you guys go out there and see it. It is theatrical R-rated horror that's not a remake, not a reboot, not a sequel, not a prequel, not a reimagining. Semi-original, pretty solid horror film. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. They did a good job creating tension, creating stress, building suspense. I liked the characters. I liked the authenticity of the film. I give them props, the filmmakers props, for what they succeeded at doing. I even give them props at what they attempted to do but maybe weren't as successful in the film. But overall, I do highly recommend it. Go out, check out Unfriended. If you've seen the film, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. If you've not, go watch it, come back. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And until next time, you guys take it easy. Have a great one. Peace.